So real quick, let me start off by saying this is probably the stupidest thing I've ever done on YouTube. I want to apologize to all my subscribers and followers that have been with me for like 6 years. I am sorry that I have to friggin' make a dumb video, wasted my time even talking about something dumb like this. But this is one of the most, I don't know if he's doing this on purpose, one of the most disingenuous people I've actually come across and debated live. In fact, just to put an end to this, Thomas, why don't we both just take 10 people and enroll them for free? You know, let's give back to the actual people that actually watch our channels. I'm happy to do this. You should be happy to do this as well. Why don't we just take 10 people at random? You know, you can do a name generator or whatever you want to do. You can even decide the rules if you want to. I'll just take 10 people from your audience, 10 people from my audience, and we give them both programs for free so they can see who copied who. Well, obviously I didn't copy you, but so they can see where you got your information from. Why don't we just end it right there with that? Because you posted this in your description as well. And this really was another slap to my face. It's like instead of apologizing, you're like changing the subject and then you're causing discrepancies within your story. Let me give you an example. You posted this in your description. I'm gonna put it up on the screen right now. Basically, you said, these are all the things that I taught you. First of all, introduce you to the Upwork. Yes, definitely introduce you to the Upwork and this particular way of doing Upwork. Told you about some tools. Here's the thing, and this is what I think people keep misunderstanding this. I don't own these tools at all. I'm not saying I own the tools. I don't own Unsplash. I don't own Canva. I don't own Google Drive. But the idea of using Upwork and then using certain tools in combination with each other to produce a set result that's a repeatable process is an idea that I came up with and figured out when it was, I was using Upwork. And then you've stolen that idea, used it to scale your Upwork. Because think about it, all I've got to do is ask you this: would you have done these things before you took my program? The answer is no. Like, if my program did not exist, first of all, your program probably wouldn't exist. If my program didn't exist, the Thomas we know it as probably wouldn't exist. And I'm not saying that in a pretentious way, but I can literally see that you're using the systems that I teach. So why don't we just end this right here and just take 5 people from my audience, 5 people from your audience, give them access to both programs for free, and literally just let them watch both programs. I think that's the simplest way to do that. And as well, with this note here, your description is honestly a big slap in my face, because you put, this one really slapped me in my face. You taught me how to properly format a cover letter. Small things like spacing, formatting, keeping it short, and having kind regards at the end, stuff like that. The way you've tried to downplay this is honestly insane. I literally pull up, if you go watch my other video, I literally pull up your cover letter script and my cover letter script. In fact, throughout this video, this is a re-uploaded video because it got taken down by YouTube. You will see one of my students that's actually in the program say, "Oh my days, the cover letter," and then put like a dead emoji, meaning you pretty much just ripped the cover letter straight word for word. I even diagnosed your cover letter in my second video that's up on my channel right now, unless it's been taken down. I just can't understand why you're trying to downplay this much. And the funny thing is, for all those people that are watching, like I said, I'm happy to give 5 lucky people for free access to my program, the full thing. And as long as, Thomas is out, well, I'm happy to do this. Let Thomas do the same thing as well. And you both can just sit down unbiasedly. Why don't we just do this? Unbiasedly, just go through the program, both programs, all 10 people go through both programs. And why don't we just let them see where you got the concepts from? Why don't we just do that? Should just end it, right? Because honestly, it's getting to the point now where people are even DMing me saying that they're asking for a full refund. Like, people are actually issuing refunds because they've literally just watched the evidence of your program pulled up side by side with my program, and they're issuing refunds back because they literally concede that your program is a copycat replica of mine. And again, I don't own the tools. For example, if I go into a weight loss program, I know what press-ups are and squats. I didn't come up with those ideas. But if the weight loss program shows me how to do press-ups with a weighted vest and I have to stick to that for 90 days, I technically didn't come up with that idea. The program creator didn't come up with that idea. But because I've gone through a program, I followed their system. So let's say the weight loss program is based upon losing weight in 90 days and the system that he does is, or uses, let's pretend this is some guy called Mark. Mark uses a system where you do press-ups for 90 days straight with a weighted vest. I already knew what press-ups were. I already knew what weighted vests were. Would I have used them if I didn't go through this program? Probably not. Same thing what's going on here. You probably already knew what Upwork was, or at least you heard about Upwork. You already knew what Google Drive was, but would you have used those two things together in the way that I literally show you how to do it? The way I was setting up? No. And again, I'm not saying that I taught you how to use Google Drive. Everybody knows how to use Google Drive, bro. You don't need to be taught how to use Google Drive. You know what I mean? So it's not, and this is what you're doing. You're isolating one variable or one tool and then saying, oh, I already knew about that tool, therefore you didn't teach it me. Yeah, it's not about the tools. It's about the whole concept put together. The tools make up a process. That process gets results. You've copied my process, got results, and then tried to play it off as your own process. Do you understand that? How is that so hard to understand? And again, if anyone's listening to this and you just want to jump into my program, I'll take 5 people from my audience at random, 5 people from Thomas's audience at random, or enroll all 10 people into both programs, and you can literally see the processes. You'll be able to see straight away where he's got this information from. There's literal people that are already in the program. I don't even know why I need to say this. It's crazy. There's people already in the programs, both of them. In fact, the whole premise why I released the very first video, which is this what I'm re-uploading, was because I woke up to a dude who's in both programs, that's taken both programs, and even he said, these are actual customers now. These are not just people watching on YouTube. These are actual people in the program that have bought both programs. People that have bought both programs literally came forward to me and said, Montell, this guy is literally ripping your work word for word. I didn't want to even drop the video. I woke up yesterday with the message that prompted me to make the video. Don't forget, that's how we started this. So to even have people even defending this defending Thomas is crazy. Because all we've got to do is just put 10 people through the pro. It's already been proven, like, he's a plagiarist. It's just like plagiarized my stuff. But all we got to do again is just, if anybody is even having a shadow of a doubt, I know it's stupid. I know I should be doing better things with my time, so forgive me for this. But if anybody just wants to prove this point, I am so happy, so open to give back to you guys and let 5 people from my audience, 5 people from Thomas's audience, just go through both programs and see what happens. I already know what's going to happen, because the reason why I even made the first video in the first place, because we've already had people go through both programs and message me and say, Montell, this guy's literally plagiarizing your work. That's the reason why these videos even existed in the first place. I'm even getting people now saying they want refunds from you. So I'm just going to let the video roll that was, taken down by YouTube. It was taken down. I don't know if I can leave the screenshot up on the screen. I don't want to get like banned on YouTube or anything like that, but it actually got taken down by YouTube and I was pissed. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let the video roll with all the evidence, screenshots and all that crazy stuff, and you guys can make your own conclusions. And again, if you just want to prove this further, once again, just take 5 people from both audiences, just let them enroll into the program, and you can see how, because again, he's tried to downplay it by saying like, I only taught him how to put kind regards into his cover letter, which is honestly a huge slap to my face. That is the most disingenuous thing I've ever heard. And I want you to watch his latest video, his response to my second video, and notice how his story starts changing. Read the description, this one, and then watch his second video and notice how he starts admitting, oh, actually, yeah, I did take Montell's program. I did actually learn this thing. Yes, Montell's program was one of the first I ever was put onto. Yes, I got these ideas from Montell. Like you'll start hearing it come out. It's starting to come out now. You see what I'm trying to say? So there's discrepancies in this guy's story. 1 minute it went from, you just taught me how to put kind regards into my cover letter and spaces and how to format it. By the way, if that was true, you probably would have asked me for a refund. Think about it. Think about what I just said. If I only taught you those real weak things that you put in your description, if I bought a program that only taught me how to put kind regards into my cover letter on Upwork, I'd be asking for a refund immediately. So no, you found way more value in my program than just kind regards, or else you would have asked for a friggin' refund. Am I lying? Of course I'm not. And again, if you want to prove this, all we got to do is just take 10 people, put them through both programs, see what they say. All right, let the video roll. This is dumb. Forgive me. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to start off by saying, first of all, in advance, sorry for doing this because I know that videos like this kind of can ruin brands. I've seen some big dudes do these exposed videos and it's like you're just doing that for clout. This one honestly is not for clout. This is literally protecting my own brand and my intellectual property. This is something I didn't want to have to do, and I gave this person, the guy in question, Thomas M, about 2 months to reply to me. So I'm gonna have to take you back to the story, but today I woke up to another message, and the message was from a anonymous person that wants to remain anonymous, and it basically put, by the way, I don't know if you saw this already, but I know someone who's lifted your course and is passing it off as their own. Basically, they've stolen my course and they're trying to sell it as their own. I don't know if this is something you can even take action on, but do you want to look into it? Your stuff is good, and I'd hate to see your work being stolen. And immediately, I already knew who this guy was referring to because I came across this about 2 to 3 months ago. I'll explain. So then I replied back saying, show me who this is, who's selling this knockoff course of mine. He put, sure, just don't mention where you got this info from. And he passed me over Thomas's profiles and his link to his YouTube channel and his link to his course. So this has prompted me to make this particular video here because I recorded a video, believe it or not, on the 2nd of May 2024 recording this. It is now the 19th of June. So I even hesitated to put this out is what I'm trying to say. I gave him ample opportunity, over 3 months. So April, May, June, yeah, over 3 months to actually come forward and explain to me what he's doing by stealing my stuff. So the second thing I want to start this off as well is with this. Look, I don't want nothing negative to happen to this guy or like anything bad to happen to this guy or him to get blacklisted, because we all make mistakes. I made a mistake recently as well. I brought in some people into my program, my upper level program, that shouldn't have probably been in that program, just because it's a new thing that I'm trying out with the, helping coaches scale. And they ended up being unhappy. There was about 5 people that were unhappy. And here's what I did. They gave me ample opportunity, but they only needed to message me each one time, to be honest with you. And I just gave every single one of them a refund back. I did the right thing. I always do the right thing, and I always have done the right thing over the last 6 years. I mean, there's times where I've made mistakes like that particular time, but that's like one stain on my record in like 6 years. And even then it wasn't a stain because all I do was just give a full refund to everybody. Not only that, but the people that I gave refunds to actually said that their respect for me has gone up because I handled the situation in such a professional way that they now know me as one of the realest dudes on the internet. Like, quite literally, one of the messages I got was, bro, I effing love you. Like I think it was like, bro, I love you, something on the lines of that. This goes to show you that you're a real one. Another dude literally replied back and said, yeah, Montell, I can actually see why you're going to go far with entrepreneurship, because in times like this, where we're unhappy, you handled it tremendously. You handled it perfectly. I can see why you're going to go far in entrepreneurship. So Thomas, I don't know why you've decided to go ahead and steal my stuff and pass it off as your own, but I've never done that before on this channel. I don't think you should be doing that. That's stealing, that's theft. Now, I'm going to provide all the proof I need throughout this particular video. And for those that have been lied to by Thomas and you follow Thomas and you want a way to go about scaling, your agency, making an income online, what I'll be doing is I'll be opening up a free community, but this is not what this video is for. It's going to be completely free, teaching you guys how to get your first clients on Upwork. It will be a school community. I will leave the link below. But Thomas, this is not cool, my bro. I messaged you multiple times, completely ignored me. I commented on your YouTube channel multiple times, more than twice, completely ignored me. I even replied to other people that you were replying to see if that would, garner some sort of response. I commented on your YouTube video saying that I was going to make this video if you don't reply to me, and that was over a month ago. I gave you 23 hours. I commented on one of your photos on Instagram saying you've got 23 hours to respond to my message, or I'm going to do a call out video on you exposing that you basically just stole all your knowledge and you built your entire YouTube channel on a lie. You ignored that. I gave you 23 hours to do that, put it in the comment, so you knew it was coming, and you completely ignored that. Now a month later, I'm now getting more messages from people, and more people are actually coming out. I'm actually in your Discord community right now, and people are literally saying you're gonna get sued on blackface from business side of things. It's insane what you've done. You've basically built your entire channel based upon the stuff that I put in my program, which, by the way, if you're listening to this and looking at this, that just is testament, not trying to plug you on the program, but if you do want to work with the original creator, and you actually want to get the real information and not some like knockoff replica, then I'll leave the link below for agency transmutation, because 1.0 is available and 2.0 is actually in development right now. So you can actually get 2 programs for the price of 1. This is not a sales pitch, but if you want to learn from the original creator, the person that actually created the hybrid system, you're looking at him. Not only are you looking at him, but this video in itself and what Thomas has done, he went from 0 to 26,000 subscribers on YouTube by teaching and just stealing my knowledge. If that isn't testament to how good agency transmutation is, then I don't know what is. Think about it. Do you know how difficult it is to scale to 26,000 subscribers on a YouTube channel in like 4, 5 months, 6 months, whatever it's been? But the problem is that he's built that all upon a lie. Let me give you an example. I'm looking at his comment section and there's a bunch of comments saying, oh my God, Thomas, you're the GOAT, you're the GOAT, you're the GOAT. How did you find this information? This is like the best information on the internet. You're a real one. You're not like these other gurus that lie, steal and cheat. You show us everything. This system's amazing. How did you figure this out? And I'm sat here looking at that, looking at my own work being stolen right in front of my eyes, thinking, if only these people knew where you got those words from, line by line. In fact, just to show you how bad this is, I came across, the original reason, or the reason how I came across Thomas, was I was on YouTube one day, as I do, I search YouTube as well, just like you guys, and I randomly came across a video of Thomas. One of his videos were blowing up, got like over like 90,000 views. I think it's gone even, got more views than that now. So I clicked on the video, just looking to see, because it mentioned Upwork, and obviously I was known on the internet for like the Upwork guy when it comes to building an agency and the hybrid system guy. That's literally what my personal brand has been built around, that system. So I sit down to watch this video randomly. I don't know who this Thomas guy is. I click on the video, and to my surprise, I could not believe it. He was saying stuff line by line that was in my program, to the point where I literally had to pause the video, sit back in amazement and say to myself, that guy has to be inside of agency transmutation, because everything he's just said in this video is exactly what I said in my program, line for line. It was so eerily similar, in fact the exact same, that I could literally hear myself speaking through Thomas's mouth. I could literally hear myself through him, which is insane. So there was no mistaking that you had stolen my stuff. I didn't even need to look if you was part of agency transmutation, because that one video alone confirmed it. And you know this because I commented on that video saying, you're part of agency transmutation, ? Because I was hinting that you've just stolen this, haven't you? And then you actually replied back to this. It was the first and only time you replied back to this. And you said something on the lines of, yes, how can I help you? Which was a slap in my face. Like, what do you mean, how can you help me, when you've just created a video stealing the stuff and got 100,000 views on a video or whatever it is from stealing my stuff? I don't care about the views. This is not for clout or clickbait. But what really slapped me in the face, and this is the big point, you then started replying to people's comments saying, when people were saying, where did you learn this information from? This is golden. Oh my days, you're the GOAT. This system's amazing. This system really changed my life. People are asking you where you got this information from. Even if you were just to reply back to them and say, oh, actually, you know what? I learned this from a mentor of mine. I took a program. Even if you didn't mention my name, that would have sufficed. I would have left you alone. What really was a big slap in my face though, was when people were asking you where you got this information from, you literally replied back saying, oh, I got it from Googling and YouTubing. Which is a complete, straight up lie. That is deceitful, nasty, and a lie. We all know now, because it's starting to come forwards at this point, that you did not get this information from Googling. The templates, the scripts, the methodologies, the Upwork strategy, the filters, even the tags you use on your profile, the portfolio template, the use of Envato elements to build your portfolio, the use of Unsplash, the use of all these little tools, the little tricks. They're all my tools and tricks. I'm the creator of those tools and tricks. You've stolen my work pretty much line by line. In fact, exactly line by line. To the point where I've got people inside of Agency Transmutation and inside your paid program, and they're literally messaging me saying, Montell, this guy's stolen your program word for word and he's selling it and passing it off as his own. The person you just saw on the screen at the start of this video is in both programs, Agency Transmutation and your program. I even have receipts coming up in this particular video of what you've stolen, how you've stolen it, when you got in. And if anybody wants to get any sort of additional information or any more proof, all you've got to do is go to my Instagram, I'll leave it below, and just DM me on there. And any sort of proof you want to see, such as when did Thomas actually get into my program? What outreach scripts do I use in my program? So you can confirm if you're in the program, in Thomas's program, you can confirm if he's stolen my scripts. I will show you the actual systems of how we actually do Upwork outreach. The things that he's stolen, the receipts, such as when he joined my program, how many times he logged in, how much of the completion of the program he's taken. I'll show you pretty much every single thing. But this right here is a blatant lie. His entire YouTube channel has blown up on nothing but a lie. And the funny thing is, I'm actually kind of flattered at this. I'm obviously very pissed off because like, you've stolen my work and I've given you ample opportunity to it. And you know what it is? I don't even mind if you didn't give me credit. The thing is, I would have at least preferred it if you didn't lie to your audience and say that you learned this stuff by researching it by yourself. Because you didn't. This is a system that has been meticulously put together by me over a period of 2 to 3 years. Imagine putting in your life's work to really struggle to build an agency. You guys, if you've been watching my channel for the last 6 years, I documented the entire thing from starting YouTube to starting Upwork, to landing my first couple clients on Upwork, to scaling up my agency past 10 grand a month, and then getting into this apartment, which funnily enough, 3 years ago today is the same day I moved into this exact apartment. And then December 2000, that was June the 19th, 2021. And then later that year in December 2021, that's when I released Agency Transmutation, teaching you how I did the Upwork system. And it was a system to the point where the methodologies, even the way you speak in your YouTube videos is literally a replica of what I say and how I say it and the methodologies behind what I'm saying. Like you can't fool this one. I've watched your videos and I can see literally when you speak, you sound just like me in the program. I'm the creator of the system. Of course I was gonna find out. What was he thinking? So Thomas, this is your chance to come clean. But other than that, if you guys want any sort of proof or any sort of additional information, all you've got to do is drop me a message on Instagram or just join the community below. And I'll be posting all the screenshots of when he joined my program, what he would have learned from my program, all the scripts, the templates, contracts, the stuff that he would have stolen. So you can literally verify this for yourself. But it's not like I'm going to sit here and lie to you guys on my YouTube channel, unlike Thomas. So with that being said, I know why he's done this. He's done this with the sole purpose of releasing a program. This is actually quite unfortunate. Somebody actually brought this up to my attention today. And I'll post this. Well, I already had this as an inkling, as a thought in my head, but I thought, no, surely not. Thomas is not surely going to manipulate his audience like that. So then I had a message today from another person that keeps coming. I've had about 3 or 4 people just today come forward since I posted this on my Instagram story. And somebody put on the lines of, the reason why he's probably done this is because he's trying to sell a knockoff course of yours. And he knows that if he would have mentioned your name, Montell, and told his audience the truth of where he learned all this information from, they wouldn't have listened to Thomas anymore because they would have come to you, which in turn would have stopped him from selling his course. I sat there and looked at that and I thought, that's exactly what I was thinking. And I wasn't even going to say anything. And I was going to say, you know what, fair enough. That's just the game. People are going to steal my stuff. People have stolen my stuff. There's replicas, but not to this degree. It's absolutely insane. And he's doing it publicly as well. Huge slap to my face. Not only did he not thank me once for helping him actually scale a 10K per month agency with Upwork, then he's gone and built an entire YouTube channel, a whole personal brand at 26,000 subscribers in no time flat. off of my work, off of literally just stealing my word for word. Some of these videos are literally just agency transmutation modules added on Thomas style. Was it the exact same system? So he's not said thank you for that, or helping him build a personal brand at this particular point. And then the biggest slap to my face, and this is why I'm really making this video, was when people really confronted him or just asked him, where did you get this information from? And you can see my Instagram blowing up right now. Where did you get this information from? He's literally lying to his audience, saying that he got it from Google and YouTube. And that's an absolute lie. An absolute lie. I can see my system. I have proof, templates, everything, which I've shown you in a second. And the next thing that was a real slap in my face is now he's replicated my course and he's now selling it as his own. That is a huge slap to my face. The amount of ungratefulness in that is insane. Helping somebody scale to 10 grand a month, and then they go and take your exact system and then pretend it's their own. How insane is that? So if anybody wants to discuss this, or if they want further help from the actual creator, not just some knockoff version, join the school community below. I'll be posting all the proof and everything inside there as well. Or if you just want to just DM me and you want more proof of him joining the program or him being in the program and what he would have stolen, the things that he's stolen, so you can just compare and contrast. Put it this way, you're going to be very disappointed when you see exactly how far he's taken this and to what extent he's taken this when it comes to just ripping my stuff line for line, from the script to the templates to the even to the profile tags he uses on his tags, to the methodologies, to the way how he opens tabs to then apply to jobs, was my own little proprietary system of getting through Upwork applications and putting them and doing Upwork outreach really quickly. Even just the little things. That's how I spotted this, by the way. The devil is in the details, as they say. And I created those little details. So Thomas, if you're seeing this, now is the time to come clean. Please take down your program, or I'm gonna have to take a little bit more of a legal action against you on this. But for those watching this, I did give Thomas ample opportunity. I didn't want to make this video. I actually held this video. You can see in the top right corner as well, by the way, the dates of when I was recording the video, so you can see all the dates. I've got all the fact checks, all the receipts, everything that you want to see. I gave him ample opportunity to do this privately and politely, but he ignored my messages and comments on 3 different platforms. So there was nothing else I could do. This is about protecting my brand and protecting my intellectual property, because I am literally the creator of the hybrid system as we know it today. Although I did stand on other giants' feet, on other giants' shoulders, and for people like Ryan Ramshaw, for example, who told me the very beginning of Upwork, and I built upon that. But if anyone wants any sort of like more proof, join the school community below, or just DM me on Instagram. I can't believe I'm having to make this video as like a 7-figure business owner at this particular point. It just feels very petty, but you've got to do what you got to do to protect your intellectual property, your work. And I'm not just gonna sit here and let a thief. You wouldn't allow somebody to come into your house and just steal your stuff and then just watch them walk out the door. You just wouldn't do that. Is what this guy's doing. He literally just walked into my crib, grabbed my stuff, and just walked out with it. And I gave him ample opportunity to bring it back. He ignored it, so now I'm making this video. That being said, roll the evidence, and I'll let you guys make your own conclusions. But it's pretty obvious at this point. Okay, so I didn't expect me having to do this. I'm not a horrible guy in any way, shape, or form. I've always tried to respect people and keep it respectful. To everybody I speak to, I always try to remain respectful. I'm a business owner at the end of the day, but I also want to serve people, help people. And it seems like this guy here, Mr. Thomas Im, I believe you pronounce it, Thomas Im, has basically taken all of my stuff from Agency Transmutation. And by the way, this is the back end of Agency Transmutation. In fact, if I click on this, you'll see he joined a year ago, just so you can show proof. That's his email address. I've got his IP address, his number of logins. I can even go to enrollments. You can see that he's inside of Agency Transmutation. He's completed 67% of the program. If we go back to the enrollment date, You can actually see when his account was created on the 3rd, the 28th of the 3rd, so 28th of March 2023. If I go to my payments in Stripe, you'll also see that he joined the program then. So my problem is not that he joined the program. My problem, so agency transmutation, my problem is not that. My problem is that he's basically taken my stuff pretty much word for word. It's so word for word, in fact, that when I watched this guy's videos, because he came across my channel, came across my algorithm the other day, he popped up on my algorithm the other day. When I watched this guy's videos, I instantly said to myself, this guy must be an agency transmutation student, because what he's just said in that video is pretty much word for word what I said in my program. I then went and had to double verify this by typing his name into the back end of my Teachable account, which is where my program's hosted. You'll know if you've got agency transmutation, that's where the program's hosted. And then I commented on his video saying, you're an agency transmutation student, right? I can't remember what he put back to that, something like, yeah, sure, or whatever it was. How can I help? Something like that. I then went and watched his other videos and just realized that pretty much all of his videos, his entire channel is just built upon stealing what I've put inside my program, which can also be seen as flattery, to be honest with you, because that means his entire 13K worth of subscribers has basically been built upon what I put in my program. So for anybody out there that, was like, Montell, did you actually have a successful program? Did you run a successful agency? My agency was so good. Well, I wouldn't say it was decent, but the program on my agency, on how I built my agency, was so good that this guy has literally been able to steal what I've said and make videos that get like 96,000 views. And he's now being able to build a whole YouTube career off of what I put inside my program, which is crazy. Now, the reason why I'm salty is because, number one, that's copyright infringement. Imagine putting in that much work into a program for then to somebody to just come along, take your program, steal the stuff out of your program, not give you credit for there's two things he's not giving me credit for. The first thing he's not giving me credit for, or even said thank you for, was he scaled a 10K per month agency through Upwork because of me. Didn't even get a thank you for that. That's part of the game, so I let that go. The second thing is I saw a comment on this guy's channel, multiple of them, and one of the comments really slapped me in my face. One of the comments was somebody commenting on one of his videos, on one of Thomas's videos, and it said something on the lines of, Thomas, how did you learn all this stuff, man? This is genius. Instead of saying, yeah, I actually took a program by a mentor, even that would have sufficed me enough. I took a program on a mentor one time, or I enrolled into a program. By the way, the video that I'm referring to was pretty much just my system word for word. The system is so much my system that I recognized my own system before even knowing who Thomas was. I heard him speak, and it was literally like I was talking through this guy here. That's how word for word he just ripped my stuff. In fact, so let me go back to why I'm salty or making this video in the first place. This is why I'm making the video in the first place. He's not giving me. I can allow you to steal my stuff and just build 10K per month agency. That's what I want you to do with my stuff. So congratulations on that. But for somebody to then ask you where you learn all this Upwork stuff from, and this was his response. His response was, "Oh, I just learned it off Google. Googling and YouTube." So obviously, me being a respectful guy, I commented on the video, replied to that comment as well. He ignored that. I then sent Thomas a DM on Instagram. I should probably pull that up actually. I'm going to pull that up right now. So as you can see, this is my actual live Instagram DMs. I'm just going to quickly refresh this so you know that this is like actually real. Let's give it a second to load as we do this. It's taking its time. Quickly press refresh. As that's, oh, here you go. So I put to Thomas on the 13th of April, so almost a month ago. I've given a lot of time to reply. I've also commented on his channel twice. Commented on his channel twice. I've DM'd him, ignored it. I've also commented on his actual post on Instagram, like his recent post on Instagram. And I put, hey bro, just saw your YouTube channel about Upwork, and it's quite clear you're taking my work from agency transmutation pretty much line by line and putting it on YouTube for free, which I suppose is part of the game. So I'm not too concerned about that. I even put that to him. Like, I'm not too concerned about that. I'm not trying to be salty. I'm not trying to be horrible. I'm not trying to be an ass or anything like that. This is not one of those big guys eat little guys situations or anything like that. This is just a matter of, you've stole my work, gave me no credit. Not only have you given me no credit, you've then downplayed my work and then ignored me. You've gave me no credit, downplayed my work, and then ignored me. And then you've also used my program to scale to 10K a month. Not even a single thank you or even a, do you know how grateful I would be if, or how grateful I am to my mentors? I talk about Sam Ovens all the time, Ryan Ramshaw all the time. Ryan Ramshaw taught me the Upwork game. I mentioned him in my last 3 videos or something like that. So this is what I put. The thing that set me back was you're using my exact cover letter scripts. I'm not joking. I can literally show you his profile right now. And his portfolio description is my template. His cover letter is my template. The voice note, my template. And I'm basically saying you're using my exact cover letter scripts, job seeking system, even the filters I use for filtering out jobs on Upwork, to the way how I open up tabs, to the methodology on how I teach people. He's basically just took that and stolen it, put it onto YouTube. The portfolio templates and even the methodologies / strategies are mine. But when somebody commented on one of your videos on how did you learn this stuff, you replied back to them with, I just learned as much as I can from Google and YouTube, which was a huge slap in my face because that's absolutely incorrect. You've literally enrolled into agency transmutation, stole my templates, and I have the proof right here. So your whole channel's built upon my stuff without giving me a single shred of credit. So I put, so not only have you scaled your agency to 10K a month using my system and not give me credit, you are now building a course and community around my stuff. So this guy's gone on to sell his own course now. If you go to his descriptions, I believe it might be in his latest description. There you go. Now this guy's pretty much got a course on my stuff. And I can guarantee you, if I buy this program right now, which I might do for research purposes, to see if he actually has got the balls to really just directly steal from me, I bet you any money it's just a agency transmutation replica. He's replicated my work and not gave me a single shred of even a mention or anything like that. And again, just so you can see this, he enrolled into the program. If I go here, on the 28th of the 3rd, 2023, last login was April 5th. Enrollments, scroll down, you can see agency transmutation. He's gone through the program. Basically just stole the entire thing. So let me get back to this. And not once have you mentioned anything about where you actually learnt the system from or gave me credit. So this guy's entire channel, like I said, his entire channel. And again, look, I'm not trying to be salty with this guy. I gave him ample opportunity to reach out to me, right? I don't want to get into this fake social media beef type, clout chasing type thing. But you simply cannot take someone's course word for word, steal it, and then build a whole YouTube channel around that. And then when somebody asks you where you learned the knowledge from, and it was your chance to be like, you know what, come clean, I did learn it from this guy, I did learn it from so-and-so, even if he didn't even say my name and gave me credit, Even if he just said, oh, you know, I've got a good mentor to thank for that. Or I enrolled into a program one time, really helped me. Even if he didn't have to say my name. Didn't even have to say my name. You could have just said, yeah, I actually took it. I actually got it from a good program I invested into one time. Just that would have sufficed. But for you to have literally replied back to somebody and said, oh, I just learned it through Googling. When your literal template is my template. In fact, you know what? I'm going to pull up some proof right now. I'm going to pull up some proof so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so just to bring up some proof here, to show you that I'm not talking out my ass, here you can actually have a back-end view of agency transmutation, one of the modules, which was titled Creating Your Portfolio, that I shot on the 2nd of September. I believe that might have even been 2021. So ages away. Ages ago.
Plug and play sheet for you here.
I just want to show you something.
Give you this link right here. This plug and play link. All you do is
just look at this. Look at the plug and play sheet on the Thursday, the 2nd of September, 2021. I dropped this. It's been up there. Just look at the template. Look at the template. If I go over to Thomas's, where do you think he got this template from? So let me just provide some more proof that this guy's pretty much stolen my work almost line for line. If you go to his actual profile on Upwork, if you go to his description section, not only do I mention this street food, wait, let me just make sure you guys can see that we're actually on his profile. Scroll down to his portfolio section. We've got the street food template here. And in the program, you can literally see me talk about the same street food template right here. The one below it, I talk about. Not only that, but if you go to my portfolio on Upwork, I actually have the Canva template right below the video. You click on it, it opens up the Canva template, which is this. So that already is eerily similar. If you go to the previous, this right here, the exact same thing. Not only that, but in his videos, if you actually go look at his videos, his actual cover letters, the way how he's applying to jobs, it's the exact same methodology I teach. From the way how you prospect jobs to the way how you open the jobs, even the filters that you use, and then you save the filters. So the keywords I type in, the filters I use, how I save those filters, it's pretty much just agency transmutation, line for line. Now that's why I'm salty. So if you're watching this and you're wondering why on earth would I even make a video like this, it's because somebody is literally stealing my stuff right in front of my face, not giving me credit. And then not only are they not giving me credit, first of all, for helping them build a 10K per month agency, the second thing they're not giving me credit for, or should I say the second thing they're doing is not only are they not giving me credit, but they're literally giving me a slap in the face. How can you sit there knowing full well that pretty much everything you've done on Upwork has come from agency transmutation, and then when somebody asks you where you learned this stuff from, you then say you got it from Google? You did not get this template from Google. You didn't get this template from Google. You didn't get the template from Google. You didn't get the filters, the methodology from Google or YouTube. You didn't get the way I apply to jobs, the cover letter scripts, the template scripts, the outreach strategy. You didn't even get the idea of starting an Upwork agency if it weren't for me. You didn't get it from Google. And again, if anyone wants to see more proof on this, by the way, let me know, because I have the whole agency transmutation program pulled up. In fact, funnily enough, there's actually been a student in my program. Kate will know. Kate, if you're watching this, shout out to you. I posted this guy on my Instagram story the other day, or I posted about it on my Instagram story, and I kept his name private because I didn't want to do the whole clout beef thing. I gave him a month to reply, still not replied. So what else am I left to do? Anyway, one of my students who's actually inside of agency transmutation popped up to that story and said, No way. How has somebody stolen your stuff? I just sent her to this guy's channel, this channel right here, to go to tell her to go watch it and let me know what you think. And she literally could not believe it. She said it was word for word. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go pull up a message right now so you can see it. So as you can see, this is Kate, one of my actual students in my program. So I must have posted this on my story, the message I sent to Thomas. And she replied, name and shame him. I've seen a few guys now talking about Upwork on Twitter. Which guy are you talking about? And I put, just check this out and come back to me and tell me how bad this actually is. I just sent over Thomas's channel and I put, pull up agency transmutation and just watch these two videos side by side. She put, checking now. She replied back to me after a few minutes and she put, what a joke. The cover letter, dead. And I put, line by line, ain't it? And she put, wow, damn, people really don't have a mind of their own anymore, do they? The bar is so low. Ridiculous stuff. People know you're the OG of Upwork though, Upwork guy though. That guy's luck is going to run out. Well, I gave him ample opportunity to reply to me. I commented on his videos. I commented on his post. I even DM'd him before all of this to be professional about it. But I'm not just going to sit here and allow somebody to literally steal my work, not give me credit for it, and then build a whole career around it, built upon lies. His entire channel is built upon lies. How can you tell your own audience? How can you tell your own audience that you learned this stuff off of Google and YouTube? I know why he's done that. I'll tell you why he's done that. He's done that because he knows if he tells people that he got his ideas from me, then people would actually go from his channel to my channel. So what he's doing is he's trying to gatekeep the information from its original creator, which in my eyes is extremely unethical. I personally wouldn't do that. I mentioned Ryan Ramshaw multiple times, and that's where I got my Upwork game from that I've now built upon. But I always give credit where credit is due. I talk about Sam Ovens and how he's taught me a lot. And all my other mentors. You see what I'm trying to say? So that's what's really going on here. He stole my stuff, built a channel around it, successfully built the agency, didn't give me credit, which is completely fine. He bought the program out of his own money. So he can, well, first of all, there you go. There's more proof that the program actually worked, by the way. In fact, this whole thing just goes to show you, not to put my little bragging rights in there, but this whole thing goes to show you that the program was actually very good. The program is so good, in fact, that Mr. Thomas here has stolen it and has been able to grow a channel very quickly in the last 3 months. It's very impressive growth. The only problem is, though, is that his growth hasn't come natural. It's like taking steroids. Yeah, you grew quickly, but at what cost? You grew, steroids will make you grow, but it's not all you now, is it? Actually, your steroid was agency transmutation. You took agency transmutation. That was your drug to grow you. So these people that are subscribed to your channel think you've just come out of the blue with all these cool ideas and you figured it out yourself, when realistically you're standing literally line by line on the shoulders of agency transmutation. And you know what? You've not even tried to change it or anything like that. You've not even tried to change anything word, like it's just word for word. So if anybody wants more proof or anything like that, proof of my claims, let me know. But this Thomas guy here is a liar and nothing more than a stealer. The reason why he's stealing is because he knows his ideas are not original. They have come from me. And he doesn't want to give me credit because he knows that the YouTube growth is so good that he doesn't want to give me credit for it because he knows that he will push his subscribers to my channel, which I am the original author of this information. And I'm building upon people like Ryan Ramshaw, which was already mentioned years ago. Talked about it years ago. So this guy's entire channel is just him stealing my stuff. Pretty much word for word. No joke. Anyway, if this doesn't get his channel taken down, I don't even want his channel taken down or anything like that. I just want people to know the actual truth about this Thomas guy. He's not who he says he is. And his entire channel's been built over these last 3 months on the knowledge that's actually come from agency transmutation, not him quote unquote Googling for it. What a huge slap in my face that was. Can you imagine putting in that much work for somebody just to say that? Imagine coaching somebody or giving somebody a program and they go through it and they steal your stuff. And then somebody asks, oh my days, this is amazing. How did you figure this out? And they say, oh yeah, I just got it from Google. And you, especially when you busted your ass to create the best modules possible inside of agency transmutation, your first digital program. But I guess that's the game that we're in. Yeah, last piece of evidence as well, just so, because I know that somebody's going to want to see this. I'll refresh this real quick. But this is my actual dashboard in the back end of Stripe. As you can see, I'm just going to scroll down real quick. As you can see, 997 payment for agency transmutation on the 28th of March, 2023. Who by? Thomas. If you click on Thomas, email address, even the card number he used, everything. So guys, I can't believe I've had to make a video like this, especially from one of my own students in my program. Because honestly, like starting this whole entrepreneurship journey and especially the whole YouTube game and the whole social media game, I've always tried to keep my name clean, authentic, transparent. And I've always tried to stay out of all these controversies and internet beefs and all that sort of stuff. Because I am, at the end of the day, an entrepreneur. I've literally built a 7-figure business. Like, I'm not here to do all this squabbling and these petty beefs. That's not me. I'd like to think of myself as above that, not in a pretentious way or egotistical way, but as a respectful and classy way. Because I always try to provide the best value I possibly can. So for somebody to do this to me is insane. Because like, I've always tried to keep authentic with you guys. You know what I mean? Like how can, and this guy knows what he's done, which is why he's ignoring my messages. This guy's literally ignored my comments. Multiple comments on multiple different social media platforms. I actually physically went out of my way to say, hey bro, this is actually kind of not cool, man. Like, what's going on? Like, I'm not salty, but this is not cool, bro. Like, if I did that, I'd be called a scam. If I stole someone's work and just literally ripped their work without giving any credit, would you guys have respect for me? Think about it. If my entire YouTube channel, the basis of my knowledge, was built upon somebody else's knowledge or somebody else's just course, not even just their course, their system, because again, I created the hybrid system and that hybrid system became agency transmutation. So for him to take my actual system pretty much line for line, straight out of my program, and then not give credit, if I did that to your program, how would you feel? And if I did that on this YouTube channel, would you still respect me? Would you still be watching me? So that's the question of the day. So again, I can't believe I've had to do this, guys. Apologies for going so crazy into this. I just don't think it's right to have your things stolen from you. Like, I don't steal from anybody, and I don't want anyone to steal from me. I've tried to reach out to the guy multiple times. I got nothing back. I left it, continued to do the same thing, ignored me, What else was I left to do? So Thomas, if you're watching this, my bro, stop stealing people's stuff. Give credit where credit is due. And stop trying to cut corners and cut people out of stuff. Because I think that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to not give credit where credit is due because you think for some reason, and this is never the case, by the way, you think that, and I know this is what you've done. You've purposely done this so that you can have a course created in the background. And you want to be seen as the guy that's the original inventor of this method, when really you're not. Because you want to push your course to people. And guess what? I went and checked his channel, and lo and behold, he's got a program on this, like a course on this. Which again, I bet you any money if I go through that, it's pretty much just my stuff, stolen and reworded. But I guess that's the game that we're in. Thomas, stop stealing. If I did this to someone else and they called me out, I'd just have to take it on the chin. Because it's obvious what you've done. I've got students in the program that have watched your channel and then watched my agency traumatization program, and they've even said, wow, it's pretty much line by line. So yeah, Thomas guy seems to be a fraud who steals other people's work.